Hey everybody, this is Bethany. Just jumping on here today. It is Monday. What is today? The 4th. So, took the weekend off. Family went to the local fair yesterday, and I sort of ended up paying for it. I was a little down and out today, but just because sometimes it can wear me out. So yeah, so I am back on my feet again, finally feeling better now. And I wanted to put out this video. I want to thank everybody who has been subscribing, who's been watching the videos, whether you like them or not. I appreciate the comments. Everybody's entitled to their opinion on that. And but it did make me realize that one of the things that I haven't talked about is how I do this. And the cards are just one part of this. I actually do have, I sort of will get messages in other ways, which sounds really strange, I know. And it allows me to sort of help the interpretation along. One of the hardest things that anybody who is a reader will tell you is that the hardest part is to separate your own ego and your own opinion from what it is that you're seeing. And so you're always going to have some level of that in a reading, always. It's always going to be there. So I try really hard not, I mean, I have a general idea of things. I try not to watch a lot of videos on things, especially like the Brian Laundrie situation. I checked to see if he's been caught, honestly. You know, and basic topics like, basic things like the gentleman who said that he saw him on the Appalachian Trail the other day. But I try not to dig too deep. I don't really want to know a whole lot about it, just because if I'm going to be reading on it, I don't want to have that information already in my head. And I've already formed an opinion on it. But like I said, I can point you to, I don't know how many different readers who are out there, and every single one of them is going to say that their opinion does in some way color how they do it. Just the same as if you were following a, say, someone who's an investment person. Everything is on their knowledge. It's based off of their own opinion, and so that's what they're putting out there. But definitely, you know, do my best to separate myself from that situation, and hope for the best. Certainly like to, I'd like to think I'm helping in some way, but you know, it's a very small way. And honestly, if what I do is not for you, there are any number of really, really good readers out there who, to inspire, to help, to promote, you name it. So, I'm going to put that out there for now. We're going to start off with, we're talking about Brian. Trying to figure out which cards I want. Ooh. So I've been sitting here shuffling as I was talking, and I have my enchanted deck, and the card that came up is Ghostland. So this is sort of that place that he's hiding out in. So, you know, so we want to look at, is Brian in the mountains? Have they spent and exhausted all of that information thinking he was down south and he's actually in the Appalachians? Was that Brian that gentleman talked to? All right. Is Brian in the Appalachian Mountains? So we have magic prayer. Those people who were You know, this card looks an awful lot like Gabby. It's kind of scary. Magic prayer. Those who are looking to find him. Talisman. So if you look at that background on that card, I mean, this is really kind of an interesting card because winding hills through the mountain, someone who is on their own in rough terrain, holding the world on a string. Golden Palace. This has got to do with the alphabet companies who are searching for him. He's around water. No matter where he is, he's smart enough to know that he has to stay around water. This one comes up a lot for him, and it says balancing act, but it's very focused on living between two worlds. Yeah. Let's see if we can come up with a better understanding of where he might be. Is Brian in the mountains? Is Brian in the mountains? Brian in the mountains. Brian in the mountains. Brian in the mountains, or is he near the ocean? Gentle gardener. This is interesting. This is upside down. I don't normally read reverses. Whatever it is, he's not listening to something. This is a listening card, and he's not listening to it. And his plan is coming apart. There was some speculation that this conversation he had with this gentleman, that Brian wasn't in his right mind. But I'm thinking if somebody has enough brains to leave a fake trail in Florida and actually be in Appalachia, that has had all those people chasing around, then he's in his right mind enough. So yeah, so compass, he's picking a direction. Solitude. Cleaning house. Intention. And we're back to this magic prayer with the Abby face in it. I wonder if this has to do with him coming apart at the seams. If her spirit is maybe helping that process along for him to sort of, I don't know. I mean, it's sort of medieval thinking or Gothic thinking to think that maybe something is maybe her spirit is chasing after him to try and get him caught. So yeah, so let's try a different set of cards on that one. We're gonna go with the shaman's dream. We're gonna talk about is Gabby helping in the search for Brian? Is Gabby helping to aid in the search for Brian? Is Gabby skywriting the fates? She's helping fate along, I would say. All right. Is Gabby helping to aid in the search for Brian? Is Gabby helping to aid in the search? Large cards, small hands. Is Gabby helping to aid in the search for Brian? Oh. Ooh. Crown Games. Look at that. Right use of power. Oh, and there's a head. It's talking about games, and it's talking about the head and the crown and the mind. Maybe she's pushing a few buttons. What a strange looking card, to tell you the truth. Head and heart. Ego sublimation. Well, he's got a pretty big ego. Feels like she's picking away at him. And the power of community. And I would say his mental status is really probably not very good. All of these things seem to be this is the outpouring of people who are actually looking for him. And it's resonating with him. So I would say his mental status is not very good. That all of these things, and maybe Gabby included, are pushing forward. And the last one is compassion. I don't know where that one fit in. So yeah, so it seems to me like maybe Gabby is helping in that search to find him. That maybe his mental status, she's picking at it a little bit at a time, waiting for him to break. So maybe that's what the case is on that. All right, let's try, we'll try one more deck of cards to see if we can get a read on where he is. Honestly, if I have to go with that gut instinct, I think he is more mobile than we think he is. I think that he has had enough help from someone else to help him to get to be mobile. I'm not saying they've driven him, but I think that maybe they've helped him with money-wise. And I don't know who it is, but it's definitely some money here. Obvious, of course, would be the parents, but everything that they do is being watched. So it's not necessarily from there. So somebody else is doing this. So is Brian in the mountains, or is he near the ocean? And these are my Viking Nordic symbols, ruin cards. Is Brian in the mountains, or so this is the symbol here. That's what we're looking at here. This is the sign for Odin. It is the sign for mankind. And it says intelligence, self-work, and decisions. What does a else we got? Degas. This little double-ended triangle. This is another Odin card. Beginnings, changes, cycles, endings, and light, optimism, and transformation. Still not anything that's telling us mountains or oceans. Like I said, if I had to put a card on it, and I would say mountains. But you know, I keep going. He had some help with that. So I'm not sure where that help got him, how it got him from I think he was in the swamps down there. I don't think he is anymore. So yeah, so all right. So we're going to go on a little bit. We're going to talk about, we have a new moon coming up this week. The new moon in Libra. And then at the end of the week, Pluto is going to go direct. Now, Pluto is all about transformation and power. It has been in retrograde. So things that you wanted and hoped for things to happen have been moving slowly. I keep looking because I know my husband just came home. So we are going to be moving forward ever so slowly. Keep in mind, it's going to take a while for it to, you have a shadow period, 3 days before, 3 days after, but definitely it does take a while for those influences to get moving and get momentum as they go forward. And as I said, oh, that's the 5th. I apologize. I said Saturday. That's Wednesday. On Saturday, Saturn goes direct. I have notes because I can never remember these things. Saturn goes direct, and Saturn is all about limitations and practicality. So again, all of these things, if you've been waiting on something, you may have to wait a little bit more, because retrograde is just never going to let things go easily. But definitely keep in mind that we've had, what, 7 planets in retrograde. So, you know, it's about time some of them started going forward and started working for us instead of against us. So, with Pluto going direct, that usually has to do with relationships, whether it's going direct in Libra. So it's going to be about relationships and maybe contacts, if you were looking to, it could also do with creativeness. So if you've been trying to do something and having a hard time with it, this will help you move you forward. It won't be holding you back and sort of feeling like you're stuck. If you have some sort of creative endeavor, things will start to move forward. Of course, by the 18th, I think 4 of the planets are direct by the 18th. So yeah, so all of those things will help it move forward for you. So we're going to be looking for a card that has to do with Pluto going direct on the 5th, and the new moon, which is also on the 5th, I believe. What's new moon? 6th. New moon is on the 6th, so they're right near together. So for the new moon, oh, we got several. We're not going to read all of those. Can you give me some cards? On new moon in Libra and Pluto going direct. I have a card upside down. Wow. It's all about strength. Personal strength. This is strength you have. That's the important thing to remember about this is about strength you have, and you've had it all along. It's sort of like the Cowardly Lion and the Wizard of Oz, you know, the courage thing, and what it proves is he had courage all along. He just didn't know it. So this strength is within you all along, and maybe it's been stagnated by all the energy that's out there right now. This will definitely signifies that things are coming back, and they're going to be coming back stronger than ever. Relationships. I pulled the card off the bottom of the deck because I did notice that. This is plans that you've been working on but haven't been able to get to move forward. Whether it's a journey you're looking forward to go on or something that you've been trying to work towards, you're going to find things are going to start to move forward again. And finally, we'll pull one more card on that, and that is Justice. So the things that you are due will come to you. So Justice is an equalizer, but it's also definitely about getting what you've worked for. So yeah, good or bad, I might add on that one. So yeah, so that is for that. I'm gonna probably keep it at that today. It's like I said, I'm just starting to feel a little bit better. So why don't we draw one more card from the moon deck for Wednesday for the new moon, and I'm using the Moon Oracle on that one. Do we have a message for the new moon on the 6th? Bring love to the situation. Doesn't that matter with everything? Come from a place of compassion and strength, and that's really got to do with that. So yeah, so definitely come from a place of love, and you will get what you want. But compassion, love, positivity, all of those things help move you forward in a more positive manner. So that's it for today. I will probably be back on tomorrow, and I hope you're all doing well. I wish you the best. So stay safe, stay healthy, and I'm sending blessings from Maine. Bye-bye.